Cuba Gooding Jr. is under investigation over an alleged groping incident in New York City. Okay, so apparently these guys met at one of the clubs, and I think from what she said that he drank too much and that he touched her inappropriately on the bust. And yeah, I think that's it really. There's not that much info else after that. So what's your reaction to this, Elsie?
I really don't know. I mean, she seems to know what she's talking about, and she's taking the right action. So I think it will just help people act better when they are under the influence or when they want to get under the influence.
Can anyone act better when they're under the influence?
What do you want me to say? Oh, so like I said, or when you want to get under the influence. I mean, when you're about to take alcohol, you should know your limits, and know, at least have someone around you who would probably
drive you home.
Drive you home or be able to hold you when
you are okay with, they'll be okay with you holding their
their
parts.
You know,
their body parts. Okay.
Basically, I think this is not the first legal case, especially when it comes to women. And one thing that really caught my attention was when the victim's lawyer or the accuser's lawyer said that they will want everyone who has been touched inappropriately by Gooding to come out and witnesses to the alleged groping and all of that. So I'm like, are you trying to start another Me Too movement because he's a Hollywood star? Like, come on, sorry, I know that might hurt some people, but I think let's just face what's on ground and not try to start saying, okay, every other person should come out.
But you see, Ife, the thing is, the more people they have, the more chances, you know, of him getting, how do I put it?
Yeah, if they can prove this, they will still win.
Yeah, how do you...
But if he's been going around groping people, don't you think it's high time he pays for what he's been doing?
So he should now start calling
please, if you've been groped,
that's how they handle their...
You don't want a society that... I'm so confused. So if somebody has a pattern of doing the wrong thing, when they're finally caught, you don't want them to pay for...
No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't
so
get
what are
me
you
wrong.
saying?
I'm saying that if the other people voluntarily come out to say that, look, it's done the same thing to me,
past.
It's done this, it's done that, all well and good, they're coming out voluntarily. But I think right now
for you to compel them
form of coercion, telling them that, okay, please come
it's not
forward.
Coercion. It's not just a suggestion.
Yeah, it's a suggestion, but that suggestion, being a lawyer, is going to trigger a fire.
That's the thing.
Oh, man,
and then a lot of people
let your fire be triggered, fam.
Oh, being a lawyer would trigger a fire. I'm such a rapper. Oh, Lord.
Oh, good heavens. Give him a pat. Give him a pat.
What's going in life? Let me help you.
I think there needs to be a very thin line in not shaming the movement, Me Too movement, because like it's another Me Too movement. Like it's a bad thing. It's an amazing thing that we need more of in our society.
But what about,
to find? Let me finish. Okay. To find a way to give justice to people who have been mistreated and abused. It's not something to take lightly. I don't care who you are, whether or not you have a lot of history, a good guy, a fantastic actor. If you're going around groping women to a point where they feel assaulted, it needs to be stopped. It needs to be addressed. If alcohol is your trigger, and alcohol is not an excuse, not in the law, not in society. If alcohol is your trigger, stop it.
But let me come to Ife. Ife is like saying that, okay, all fair and good, but should he be instigated? I mean, I think that's where you're trying to. Should he be instigated that, you know, like you were saying, if they come out on their own accord to say, okay, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. But for you to actually call people out, to actually come forward, to actually say this, I think
except
that's
they're putting a gun to these women's head and say, if you don't testify today, but if I'm bringing it out that there's a woman here and is trying to get justice.
Related to rape. I mean, we had a beautiful documentary on rape running on the station. You probably should watch it by Felicity Ezerike. And the movement on rape right now is people trying to let people know that it's okay to speak up.
Right.
I mean, that is the conversation everywhere. It is okay to speak up. Whether you were raped in the past or now, it is one of the process for you to get better and get healing, right?
Okay.
So are you going to say because we keep telling people it is okay to speak up, it means we are instigating for them to come out to speak against the abuser?
I totally agree.
Sweetheart.
Okay.
The first person, what's wrong with it?
Okay. What's up? But you know my shit up.
Condescending. When we're in a conversation.
What would you rather he said, honey?
Just call my name.
Just make your
It's
point.
condescending. We're trying to argue, and then you say like.
Rather he said, honey?
You are trying to. I'm not trying to argue.
Well,
with
Okay,
you,
if I
darling,
make the point,
Okay.
make the point.
because
All right.
I totally understand where the both of you are coming from. Now, my point, Tokumbo has already made my point.
You're not going to call him darling.
He's my brother.
I'm your sister.
You are on fire today.
Well, I think you're on fire. We need a fire extinguisher right now, so just calm down.
If you should do some rap, maybe she'll mellow down.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Baby, you hold that your face the way you talk back. You can't see it when it's all that.
Okay, guys, let's come back to this story.
So let's come back to the story. Basically, what I'm saying is I'm totally in support of the Me Too movement. I don't care who you are. If you've actually done wrong, you need to pay the price for this. But I had a very intellectual conversation with Felicity Ezewikwere, you just mentioned, who did the documentary on the rape. And then because of the numerous false charges of rape that has been going on recently, she was like, this is going to kill the whole motive of the rape, because when people now come out to speak that I was raped, people now have doubts because we have so many cases that were false allegations that are now out there. So I'm not trying to bring down the whole rape thing, but I'm saying at the same time, we need to wait to get the facts before we jump on that bandwagon.
But that's what the lawyer is trying to do. The lawyer is trying.
We're going out of.
The lawyer is trying to get other women to help them prove their case.
I understand.
Yeah, so because you're saying now that you want them to be able to prove their innocence, and that's what they're trying to do. Because one of the ways to prove innocence is through witnesses.
And as much as I'm a very huge advocate against rape, I would always question any rapist.
Yes, of course.
Sorry, any victim that comes out to say, I've been raped, I would always question it. Whether you take it rightly or wrongly, that's not the point. Like, if you come out to tell me somebody raped you, I'll ask you questions.
Yes, so each case should be on its own merit, not like, you generalize and say, okay, just because so many people have come in the past.
You can't ask the victim questions. Because no, if you come out to say you were raped, be ready to answer questions. Because those questions are the only way
and then
that this person did it.
Evidence. And that's what they're trying to get by asking other women, because if there's a pattern, if there hasn't been a pattern, you've been getting drunk, no other woman has touched you, and then you may suspect you. But if there's a pattern and the stories are
able to prove their case.
So there's nothing wrong. I don't think it's instigating. They're just trying to find justice.